many of you want to leave this sixth form with top grades and top results? Thank you. And how many of you want to go on to have a successful career and earn in excess of 6 figures? Thank you. My name is Lartey Maurer. I'm more commonly known as CEO Money Mike, and as a financial expert, I specialize in ensuring that you can be more so that you can achieve more, and ultimately so that you can earn more. Today, I have spoken at Google, I've spoken at Chelsea Football Stadium, I've spoken on various radio stations, and also been on TV, as well as spoken in many churches as a Kingdom Growth trainer. Today, I am going to empower you to be amongst the top 10% of students in the country so that you can be amongst the top 10% of earners in the country. Now, how many of you will be interested in that? Thank you. Before I go any further, it's very important that I acknowledge each and every single one of you with thanks. Thank you for choosing this sixth form. Thank you for getting this far. Thank you for being present this morning. And thank you for everything that you are going to go on to achieve through your hard work and the impact that you are going to make in this world. With that, can you all please just give yourselves a big hand? But why, year 12, should you listen to me? In my time, when I did my A-levels, the highest grade that you could get was A. When I completed my A-levels, I completed my A-levels with 3 A's. When I did my A-levels, there were a couple of exams that I sat where I scored 100%. These were mocks, these were the real exam. I went on to study at a top leading prestigious university, which some of you may know, called Durham University. But why should you listen to me? Because I have made it into top corporate institutions, including the National Audit Office and PWC. Now, they say success leaves clues. And I want to share with you some of the clues to my successes so that you too can go on to have educational and career success. There are 5 powerful, must-know tips that you must turn into strategies in order to help yourselves to get A stars. Now, hopefully I'll be able to help you guys to turn these tips into strategies, because today I'll be able to just share some of the tips with you. Now, these 5 tips, for me personally, they are 5 A-star weapons. These are the only weapons that you young people should be using. Now, due to time today, I'll probably have about enough time to cover 2 of these weapons with you. Now, before I share these weapons with you, I need you to listen carefully and take this in. You coming to St. Bonaventure will change the rest of your life. It did for me, it did for others, and it will do for everyone who has walked through these doors. How many people walked through these doors today? Okay, so I can see a number of you raised your hands. Some of you didn't. I don't know if you did to get into your seats. Yeah, I don't know which other door you came through, but it will change your life too. Now, great people have walked on St. Bonaventure soil, walked through St. Bonaventure halls, and have sat where you are today. These people include Louis Iru, who was the first black president, for the Oxford University Student Union, Sir Edward Fennessy, who was extremely influential in the development of radar system, which was used to detect bombers approaching Great Britain, and he was knighted. We've also got people like Timothy Campbell, who was the first winner of The Apprentice. Great people, and many, many more have sat where you are today. And one day, someone would also stand here and say that you came here too. Now, in my heart, it is not who here today will achieve something great, but it's when will you achieve something great? Because I know in my heart of hearts that if my dear friend and business associate, Joseph Maurer, was here, he will be able to quickly see the seed of greatness within each and every single one of you. Now, I just pray that you all go on to water the seed and be great. Now, how many of you have heard this before? The sky is the limit. Thank you. How many people disagree with that quote? One person, two, three, okay, a few more. Great. Well, the sky is not your limit. Your mind is. You will know that there is something beyond the sky. Space, galaxies. And so that itself is not your limit. And this is sometimes one of the things that some people fail to acknowledge. That you can actually achieve more. With whatever you've achieved in life, you can achieve more. So there are many false beliefs and misconceptions which people hold in what we know as your belief system, which can be detrimental to your success. And what you'll find is that your belief system governs your thoughts, and it's your thoughts that go on to affect your actions. Now my role is to help you guys to maximize your success. And it is no secret, but education itself is one of those pillars for success. So I want to ensure that you guys have a system for success, a blueprint for success, the formula for success. So I'll be sharing with you keys to success for sixfold success. Now, I'm going to just quickly draw something on here for you to help you understand something very important. Now, I know that you all did maths, and so in maths, with these two lines, over here is what we have called an angle. Now, this is the direction that some of you are moving in. Now, what you will find is that with a small change in action, it will lead to a change in direction. So, if I show you, for example, a change in action leading to a change in direction, you will find that if we extrapolate these lines, we're going off the page, you will come to find that you will end up in a complete different destination. And what happens is, between your two destinations in life, this difference is what we call the pay gap. It's very important. It's called the pay gap. So what some of you will find is that the little differences that you make to the way that you are studying, to the way that you make answer questions, is going to make a massive difference in your life going forward. Now, each tip that I give you will have the power to take some of you one grade up. So if there's 5 tips, that can be 5 grades for some of you. Because some of you may be doing some of the things that are within the tips already. Now, I'm going to start off by sharing with you tip number 3. And that itself is invest much time into study. Not invest little time, invest much time into study. Now, for some of you, you may think that's common sense. But I'm here to tell you that common sense is not common practice. It may come down to a lack of discipline, a lack of control, your habits, procrastination, but it's very important that you invest much time into study. I'm actually going to give you a rule of thumb. And that rule of thumb is going to be 1 hour equals 1 mark. 1 hour of study will lead to an extra mark in the exam. It all adds up. So, if you spend, for example, 100 hours studying, how many extra marks should you get? 100. It's that simple. Because if I was to draw here a graph and put on my x-axis time, representing time in study, and in my y-axis, I was to put your grade, or it can be, to be honest, better so mark. I'm sure you will all agree with me that the more time spent studying, the more marks you will get. This is very simple, but the question is, are you doing it? Are you spending that time studying? Now, whilst it says 1 hour equals 1 mark, the more marks you get, the better the job you can get. So you come to find, and I'll just put it up here, that whilst I said 1 hour equals to 1 mark, you'll find that, as I said, you'll be able to get a better job. It's going to lead to you earning more. So with this formula, the way that it works is time spent will lead to more marks, which will lead to more money. So with this formula, you can see how time equals money. You being here is very important and it's going to affect your future. Now, I remember when I was at sixth form, or even secondary school, I had a good friend called Sendu. And he was a straight A-star student. And I remember saying to him once, Sendu, you're lucky you're intelligent. For you, this is easy. And he broke down to me the amount of time he spends in studying. And I thought, wow, that's why you are doing so well. It's not everyone who's just naturally intelligent. Some people are just working really hard. So you need to ask yourselves, how hard are you working? And you'll find that with that, when we talk about your time in study, it's very important that you are attending lessons. I've never missed a day of school. I've never missed a day in university. I've never missed a day of work. I make sure that I'm there because I understand that time in study will help me to get more marks. And so you all need to, I'll say, even think about your punctuality. Because being in attendance is going to help you to acquire more knowledge which is needed for the exam. So with that, I would say 80% of success is showing up. So it's very important that you show up to your classes. And when I was talking about you spending time in study, you come to find that hard work beats talent. So if you happen to feel that you are someone who's naturally intelligent, which sometimes is actually a limiting belief, it's not true, it's something you tell yourself, remember that hard work beats talent. So I don't know if you guys have study timetables, but I remember that when I was back at sixth form, from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, as soon as I got home, that time was spent in study. And I can also give you many examples, but because of time, I won't go into it. But tip number 3 is really to invest much time into study. Now, I'm just going to quickly go on to tip number 5. And that itself is a very powerful tip and my favorite. And it is, do not aim for A star. Definitely do not aim for A. 100% do not aim for B, C, or anything lower. Aim for 100%. I went into each exam with the mentality that I was going to collect every single mark in the exam. And there were times where I did that. If you aim for A star, which might be 90%, you might end up with 80. If you aim for 100, you might find out that you end up with 90, which is an A star. And I applied this same tip to even my theory test. So I know some of you may start thinking about doing a theory test. In my time it was out of 50. I applied the same thinking and I got 50 out of 50. So I go in with the mentality that I'm going to collect every single mark, and there is a way to answer questions so that you can almost guarantee that you will get that. Now, in war, they say, leave no man behind. I say, in your exam, leave no mark behind. I want you to turn to the person next to you and say, I have a 100% mentality. Thank you. Get close. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. So, the worst case scenario, if you ask me, as we touched on it before, the sky's not the limit. There's something which Norman Vincent said. He said, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land among the stars. Very important. And even if it was an even worse case scenario, imagine you'd be flying high, probably on cloud 9. So it's very important that you shoot for the moon. And whatever you do, as long as you take in what I'm telling you and what your teachers are telling you, I can guarantee you that you'll be great. Now, it's very important that with these tips, you turn them into strategies, as I mentioned before, and they will flow through into your game plan for success. Now, there are several points from this talk that I'm just going to quickly recap. 1, success leaves clues, so study success. Secondly, you do have the seed of greatness. The sky is not your limit. Small changes make life-changing differences. So think about what small changes you're going to start making. 1 hour equals 1 mark. So start getting up your hours in study. Tip 5, 100% commitment to aiming for 100%. The decisions that you make today will affect all of your tomorrow.